Hello Medicostan, welcome to our channel. So today our topic of discussion is vaccination. So we'll discuss the important topics which are important from an MCQ point of view. So let's start. Okay. So first of all, before moving on, I would like to tell you guys a small story that there was a kingdom. That in the kingdom there was a king and there were some of his soldiers. So what happened, that a monster used to attack the kingdom. Now the soldiers, whenever the monster used to attack, what happened is that the soldiers couldn't resist the attack. Okay, the monsters, they attacked like once a year and they destroyed everything, and many soldiers were killed in the process. Most of them were injured. So the king thought that what to do in this scenario, that the soldiers are absolutely unprepared, they do not have any weapons to defeat the monsters. So what happened is that the king thought that the time has come that the soldiers have to be made more powerful. So the king instructed some of his men that what you do is you dress up as monsters. Okay, so some of the king's men, they dressed themselves up as monsters. Okay, and what they did, they attacked the soldiers, and that attack, that was very frequent. Okay, so that the soldiers can understand that what type of weapons or what type of armory the soldiers actually need to resist such a type of an attack. So in this process, what happened, previously the soldiers used to use the weapons which were made up of stone. So after the frequent attacks by the king's own men, what happened, they gradually began to learn that stones can no more be used. So they gradually began to use weapons of steel. Okay, so stone was gradually replaced by steel. So then what happened, one day actually the monsters attacked. It was not the king's own men anymore. Actually the monsters attacked. So actually when the monsters attacked, the soldiers this time, they were very much prepared to take the attack. So what they did was, they used the weapons of steel, and finally they were able to defeat all the monsters, and the monsters couldn't defeat any one of them. So you see that whatever the story I said, it is just a story. So if you can relate it with this vaccination process, you see that the body can be artificially stimulated to produce antibodies. So this prepares the body in advance to fight infections. This is done by injecting someone with a vaccine. Vaccine is a liquid containing antigens powerful enough to stimulate antibody formation without causing harm, and this process is called immunization, as it makes the body immune to germs with the same antigen as vaccine. So you think that what are the antigens over here, that actually the monsters which I was talking about, the monsters are the actual disease. Okay, and the king's own men who dress themselves up as monsters, what are they? They are the vaccines, because they dress themselves up as monsters. This is what vaccines do. Vaccines are basically either the killed or the weakened antigens of the disease causing germs itself, so that they can make the body immune to the disease. Okay, and the soldiers which I was talking about, the soldiers are what are the soldiers? The soldiers are our body itself. So our body, previously it couldn't resist the attack by the certain disease, but after the body was repeatedly attacked, then what happened, our body developed some mechanisms. So what are those mechanisms? Those mechanisms are the antibodies itself. So the soldiers, I said that the stone weapons were replaced by steel. So the soldiers, so our body, what does it do? Our body similarly, it produces antibodies, so that the antibodies which are produced during vaccination or when the vaccine is introduced, those antibodies are already formed in the body, so that when the actual disease arrives, then the body is able to combat the disease with the antibodies which are already produced over there. So this is the concept of vaccination. So let's move on now. Okay, so classification, you need to know the examples. the first generation vaccines, these are prepared by whole microorganisms, either live and weakened or killed forms. So vaccines can be either live, weakened or killed. The first generation, mainly the smallpox and the polio vaccine. These are the first generation ones. Next is second generation. It is made from the recombinant DNA technology. And examples are tetanus, diphtheria toxoid, hepatitis B vaccine. Then the third generation, which are the chemically synthesized multivalent vaccine. And the example is Neisseria meningitidis. So this vaccine, it was a third generation one. So how the generation of vaccines are made and what are some of the examples. This is all you need to know. Moving on. So now the type of vaccines. So first is live attenuated, that is prepared from live or wild organisms. They have been passed repeatedly in processes in the laboratory and have lost their capacity to produce full-blown disease but retain their immunogenicity. That means the live germs only, or the live antigens, they are passed through several processes in the laboratory so that they have lost their actual ability to produce the disease, but they can stimulate the body to produce the antibodies against them. Okay, and the very important examples are BCG vaccine, oral polio vaccine, measles, mumps, rubella. As a whole, the vaccine which is given, it is known as MMR, and typhoid and cholera. Next is killed or inactivated vaccines, that is vaccines which are killed or inactivated in the laboratory by heat or certain chemicals. Mainly the formalin is the main chemical, one of the important chemicals which are used to kill the germs. Okay, so important example is IPV, that is inactivated polio vaccine, rabies, typhoid and cholera. So here you see one thing, that typhoid and cholera, they have been included under both, because typhoid and cholera, they can be either live attenuated or killed. So both type of vaccines, they are available in the market. So that is why they are given in examples of both of these. But the rest of the examples, they are exclusive. That means BCG, OPV, they are always live attenuated. IPV, rabies, they are always killed or inactivated. Okay. Then toxoids. Toxoids are that certain organisms, they produce exotoxins, and these exotoxins are detoxified and used in vaccine preparation. That is diphtheria and tetanus toxoid. The tetanus is a very famous vaccine. All of us, whenever we get even a minor injury, we go to the pharmacy and we receive a tetanus over there. So it is a very famous toxoid, everybody knows about it. And diphtheria, this is also a toxoid. So you remember that tetanus and diphtheria, these are two very important toxoid vaccines. They are made by detoxification of the exotoxins which are produced by the bacilli. Okay, then combinations. If more than one kind of immunizing agent is included in the vaccine, it is called mixed or combined vaccine, that is DPT vaccine. Okay, in the DPT vaccine, diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus, all these three vaccine components are included under the same combination. So that is why it is a combined vaccine. So here the type ends. Now MCQ. Which of the following is prepared by detoxifying the exotoxin? So now you can understand that they are basically talking about the toxoid vaccines which are of toxoid origin. So diphtheria, tetanus, OPV, both A and B. So my option is, correct answer is option number D, because both diphtheria and tetanus, both of these are toxoid origin. Both of these are toxoid vaccines. So my correct option is option number D. Okay. Now some of the important vaccines. So first is DPT. It is also known as triple vaccine. It provides protection against diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. So pertussis, you need to remember that pertussis, the other name is whooping cough, because they ask you MCQs regarding it. We will see that later. Then you remember that D and T, as I already said, that diphtheria and tetanus, both of these are toxoids. But the pertussis component, it is a wholesale killed pertussis bacilli. Okay, the pertussis component is not a toxoid, that you remember. Next is BCG. It stands for Bacillus of Calmette and Guerin. It is named after the two scientists who discovered the vaccine. It is live attenuated, as already said, and it protects from severe form of TB in children. This is what you need to remember, that it protects from this severe form of TB in children. It is mainly given to children under 1 year of age. Then the MMR vaccine. MMR vaccine, it provides protection against measles, mumps and rubella. Rubella is also known as German measles. This is also you need to know for your MCQ, and it is also a live attenuated vaccine. And then is the pentavalent vaccine. So pentavalent vaccine, it is a new introduction. It provides protection against 5 life-threatening diseases, which you need to remember: diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus. That means the DPT vaccine, it is already included under the pentavalent vaccine, and nowadays separately DPT is not given. So diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, along with that hepatitis B and Haemophilus influenzae type B. So all these 5 components, they are included under the pentavalent vaccine. So that is why it is known as the pentavalent. Okay. Now polio vaccines. So inactivated polio vaccine, it is the killed vaccine, first effective vaccine which was developed by Jonas Salk. Hence it is given the name Salk's vaccine, and it is given by injection. So here you need to know that what is the difference between IPV and OPV. So firstly you see that IPV, it is a killed vaccine, OPV, it is a live attenuated vaccine. Okay, and OPV, that IPV, you also remember that I not only stands for inactivated, but I also stands for injectable. So you remember that IPV is always given by injection, and OPV, O stands for oral, so it is given orally. And you remember one thing, that IPV, it is known as Salk's vaccine. Okay, so that you do not get confused between Salk and Sabin. So you remember only one point, that IPV, it is called Salk's vaccine. So then only you can make it out that the other vaccine, that is OPV, that was developed by Sabin. So IPV, Salk, this much I will remember, and I can make it out that Sabin is definitely OPV. So it provides protection against both the vaccines. They provide protection against poliomyelitis, that is the dreaded childhood disease leading to paralysis of various group of muscles for under 5 children. So OPV is the Sabin's vaccine, and IPV is the Salk's vaccine. And OPV is given orally, IPV is given by injection. The picture you can see over here. So now moving on. Okay, so TAB vaccine. So the TAB vaccine, you just remember that TAB, what does it stand for? First is T stands for typhi, that is Salmonella typhi, and the other 2 diseases against which it also provides protection, that is Salmonella paratyphi A and paratyphi B. So T, A and B. A and B stand for paratyphi A and paratyphi B. So it provides protection against all these 3 types of bacilli, that is typhi, paratyphi A and paratyphi B. Okay, so that is the reason why this vaccine is also known as typhoid paratyphoid vaccine. And the disease against which it provides protection, that disease is known as enteric fever. Enteric fever because it infects the enteric system or the gut or the alimentary system. That is the reason why it is known as enteric fever. Next is rabies. It was developed by Louis Pasteur, and this vaccine, it is given only after a person is bitten by suspected rabid animal, and it is also a killed vaccine. So as a routine process, rabies vaccine is never given. Rabies vaccine is given when only it is given as a post-exposure prophylaxis, that is only after a person is bitten by a rabid animal, then only this rabies vaccine it is given. Then is rotavirus vaccine. So it is a oral vaccine, it is live attenuated, and it is given to children under 1 year of age to prevent severe diarrhea caused by rotavirus. So rotavirus vaccine, it is very important because very recently it has been introduced in the national immunization schedule. So you might get a question on this. And the severe diarrhea which is caused by rotavirus, that rotavirus vaccine provides protection against that severe form of diarrhea. Okay, so moving on to some multiple choice question. Which of the following is not a component of DPT vaccine? So you see that diphtheria, pertussis, whooping cough, typhoid. So you see that diphtheria is obviously a component, and pertussis and whooping cough, both of these are one and the same thing. So here students make a mistake that many people think that whooping cough might be the answer because typhoid also stands for T, but please do remember that pertussis and whooping cough are one and the same thing. So your correct option will be option number D, that is typhoid, because we have got a separate vaccine for that, and T over in DPT, it stands for tetanus. Okay, so which of the following is a killed vaccine? So you see that Sabin's vaccine, Salk's vaccine. Here only that is important, that IPV is equivalent to Salk's vaccine. So Sabin's vaccine, BCG and measles, all these three are live attenuated vaccines. So which one is the odd one out? That is the Salk's vaccine, that is the inactivated polio vaccine. So that is my correct answer, that is option number B, that is inactivated polio vaccine or the Salk's vaccine. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Any suggestions are welcome, and if you would like to make for us to make videos on any other topics, you can let us know in the comment section. Thank you.